and welcome. I'm Richard Fine.
Ricky was determined to right the wrongs. He never gave up, and that rally had 13 speakers who were the major leaders and political leaders in the community. One of them was Rudolph Giuliani, who was at that time a prosecutor.
One of our daughters told us that he's having this rally, and it's not just like a little rally, it's a big deal.
Yankel Rosenbaum was killed in New York during the Crown Heights riots, and the government of New York didn't intervene, and the mayor, Mayor Jenkins, even said, let them vent.
Today we're gathered to express our outrage over the growing number of bias attacks that are tearing the city apart. We hope that all New Yorkers, no matter what their background is, will join us to condemn these crimes of hatred.
I was so overwhelmed. Something connected with him.
Struck a chord with him to get more involved in politics and more involved in protecting people whose rights were violated.
Ricky died very unexpectedly, very suddenly.
Okay, we're in right now. We're actually over here. Paul is over here.
We wanted to make some good out of this, to do something to honor Ricky because he did so much work in his life for the good of the Jewish people. I happened to meet at our Chabad one Shabbos Mark Provisor from One Israel Fund, and I told him my story. He said, we are coming to Israel. I'm going to show you what your dollars will be doing.
A little bit of money goes a long way there, fighting terrorism. I said, well, that's just what Rick was interested in, and it would really be very fitting and appropriate.
His political involvement had a lot to do with this idea that you could improve the world and that any individual could take action and join with others and make a difference.
There was a young woman named Melissa Flato. She was in Israel, religious girl, lived in North Jersey, and her bus was bombed and she was killed. Her father, Stephen Flato, he could not rest without seeking justice, just like with Yankel. Justice for his daughter.
And going door to door trying to get enough people to sign on. And he finally met Rick, and Rick said, okay, meet me at 11:30 in this room.
He was instrumental in helping that particular family gain some restitution.
I think he saw the Jewish people as sort of an extension of his own family. When he saw things that were unfair, he wasn't the kind of guy who could just sit down. He had to speak out about it.
We decided to fund a training for a counterterrorist group. It's like watching the training of Navy SEALs.
I never mind. I don't know. Are we allowed to clap? Are we allowed to clap? Oh my God.
Rick was talking about legislation for terrorism way before 9/11, and Rick was always ahead of the curve.
He loved Israel. Every time that anybody would have a conversation about Israel, he would get involved.
I also feel like the One Israel Fund, in Rick's memory, is a wonderful legacy to leave to his children. I think it is something they can cherish now for a long time.
I thought that his work was very important. Now Israel's had a loss losing him.
The One Israel Fund is about going to those people that don't have somebody speaking up for them. If it's a community, the community itself, you know what, you don't have to worry about one little thing. Now you can spend your time helping others or doing with others. And that's what Rick did, and that's what I think the One Israel Fund does. So I think it's a perfect match.
And I feel like he's kind of like a role model in that way, that like we all want to follow this now also. We want to be like him.
Just a little big, very big. Now,
Raises him to another level, and he fought terrorism in his way, but not like this. Would he have loved this? This is what he would have been.
he's watching.
Yeah, this is one of his greatest honor. He is so honored. He is. I can't tell you what this is.
There's not enough done for his memory. He deserves a lot more, but this is a little thing. We're very glad that our family is able to do something.